Hello. We shall just hold on a moment to make sure everyone does. So I'll go ahead and just get you in the holder. Oops, sorry. Message popped up. Sorry, excuse my hand a moment. Right. Let's move you along a little bit. Okay, if you are joining us, do say hello. I'm going to hold on a minute and just see if anyone else wants to join us today. I'm going to be using the range which I briefly showed you during my demo on Sunday, which is AB Studio's Take Me There range, which is a lovely vintagey range. It's got some hints of blues and greens in there, and it's got quite an industrial feel as well, which I'll show you shortly. I'm just going to get some metals that I might like to finish with today. And yes, so we're going to do a layout today. It will be quite heavy, so if you're going to put this into an album, it's probably not advisable, in all honesty. It's going to be quite 3D. I would probably think more to pop it into a photo frame perhaps, and maybe even back onto some cardboard, because it might be quite heavy. We're going to use some bigger embellishments today. So let's just quickly show you the range before we get started. So this is Take Me There. It's a new AB Studio range. You get a bonus sheet always on the back. This time you get some vintage images which have got hints of pink and blue, and we get 16 designs. Sorry, that just threw me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 8 sheets. So they're double-sided. Sorry, I was just reading that. These are the papers. So we've got hints of browns, blues. We've got like buildings, mechanicals like cogs. These heavy doors. Hello, Lorna. This one is like all shipping documents, and that's the page we're going to be using today as our background. We've got this really useful cut part word sheet which I used in my demo on Sunday. There's a clocks which is really useful, and there's also a vintage ephemera sheet for cutting. So we'll take a closer look at them as we go through. So this is the sheet I'm going to be using. They've also made a rice paper which we have for sale, featuring a lot of this imagery with this kind of shipping. They're sort of trades. So we've got timber imports here. It says the sawmill's Hull. There's also a newspaper here. There's advertising cigarettes and coal and all sorts of vintage things, and there's a ticket stub here. So really pretty. On the back there's a clock in the background with some text. Excuse me. So as we go through, I'll show you the other papers. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is give this a coat of clear gesso. I wanted to use my Fabrica Decuru one, but I couldn't find it. I don't know what I've done with my personal one. I didn't want to open another one, so I'm just going to use Prima one today. Let me get a paintbrush. So I'm going to cover the whole thing, and clear gesso is good when perhaps you don't know exactly what you're going to do, so it will just prime your paper. And when you've got a decorative paper as well, because you're not covering up any of that print, you're just creating a surface, a matte surface, and a kind of border, so that stuff doesn't seep in too much. So if you're going to be using water-based mediums, especially sprays, it's always good to start with a layer of clear gesso, especially if you're going to put your pages into an album. When you flip that over, the back's going to be all splodgy where you've got those ink sprays. So always great to start with some gesso. And if you don't really know what you want to do, or you want to keep that paper, what's that I've got on there? Oh no, it's part of the paper. I thought I got hair stuck, but yeah, if you want to keep the pattern of the paper as well, clear gesso is a good idea. Okay, so we'll just give that a quick blast with my heat gun. Move that out of the way. So you may have seen as well yesterday I did a video. We've got a new brand in now. I'm not. Oh, I pronounce it really bad. It's embarrassing. Pietek Chistanego. I hope that's a bit better. Apologies for any Polish people out there. My terrible pronouncement. Basically means Friday the 13th. I'm just going to call it that. It's easier. It's less embarrassing for me. And it's very pretty papers. Nice quality. I think it was 240 GSM. Get bonus sheets in there as well. Double-sided apart from the lucidity, which is a more premium one, which is made with gold paint actually, I read, not foiling. So you can check that out as well now on the website. Okay, so we've got that down. Something I haven't shown you yet is abstudio stamps. So we're going to use a little of those today. So here's two I've got. This is ID 70. So they just go by numbers, and ID 57. They are now produced with the rubber on, so you don't need to do that yourself. Okay, I just need to get these sticky bits off where it's in the packaging. Bear with me a second. And I think all the ones we've got are rubber backed, but if you want to ask me to check before you purchase, I'll be happy to do that. We have a range of stamps from them, from priced high to lower, small to big, but they're all very detailed. Yeah, I think that's right. So I don't use a block anyway for my stamping. I quite like that rough look, but yes, a lot of you do. Right, so I've just got a permanent black ink. Permanent because I'm going to be adding wet mediums, so it's important that you use a permanent ink if you don't want your stamping to smudge. I don't quite know the layout yet, so I can use the stamps to create the shape of my layout. I haven't decided what I want to do, and I haven't primed these yet, so let's do a test stamp. Make sure I've got the stamp inked up nicely before we stamp properly. Okay, that's coming out nicely. I've just got a bit there. Do the same with this one. So it's a good idea to always prime your stamps before you use them. So just ink them up and kind of leave it on there and then stamp again. These look to be coming out quite nice. Yep, that's coming out nicely anyway. Okay, so we can now use these to make our shape. So I will use the the longer one first. I was going to say. That's quite cool. And they're nice and thin, so they're not too, you know, they're not taking over the whole page. This is about the paper after all. That's the star of the show here. We just want something else to add some interest there. Okay, lovely jubbly. Let's go across now. Hoping that, because it's quite a detailed page, you may not see it as well. Let me hold it up. So there's the stamp there and there, yeah. So you could stamp this onto white and cut out shape if you'd prefer, if you want it to pop out a bit more. And we can add some paper layers in later where we could add some more stamping. Can you tell I'm not very good at stamping? Making a right old mess of myself here. Okay, right, now we'll use the other one. So they feel nice to hold without a block. They're not too flimsy, so that's good. I don't know why I don't use a block really. Probably just from my laziness. I'm a very lazy crafter. That's good. Okay, so I can see a layout, a shape starting to form now. Okay, and this will be the last one. So very nice stamps, I have to say. Very detailed, crisp image. Lovely. Okay. So there's the stamping. I hope you can see that nicely. And I've tried to go out to the edges a bit because remember that we'll be putting a lot into more the centre of our piece. So we may cover a lot of that. So we may come back later and add a bit more stamping. For now we'll just put them away. Out the way. Okay, and next what I've got is how I said that abstudio have what I would call some masks and stencils. So this would be one that I would call more of a mask because the image is the stencil, if that makes sense. That's the pattern. So we're filling in the center, so what's left behind is the pattern, whereas a stencil to me, say this is a stencil because the pattern we want is the circles. That's the what we'll be pasting on is the image, whereas here it's the negative. So this is the image, but we're pasting or spraying the middle bit. Does that make sense? So what I've done in a bottle here, I've just mixed a bit of water and some mica powder. This one is a Prima called Frozen Lake. Any kind of mica powder will do. And then I added a drop of glue just to help that stick. And we're going to use this mask. I thought mica because it's more subtle and this paper is quite washy, so I thought that might work nicely. Let's just test the colour actually. Maybe too subtle. Let's add a little bit more, so that's fine. You can add a bit more. You could put a drop of paint in if you want it a bit more intense, or some inks, but just remember to wash out your nozzle, it will clog. So I'll just get a little bit more on a palette knife and just drop that into the bottle. I don't want it too strong, so I want to keep it quite subtle. So this is good as well. You can mix your own custom colours, so you could mix more than one colour. Okay, that looks a little bit stronger. That's better. Okay, so we'll use our mask. This isn't the best spray bottle. It's just a really cheap one of those travel ones, but it's the only one I had empty. Oh, that's annoying. It's not what I put in it, it's this spray bottle. Okay, hopefully that's kind of worked. So we need to be careful when taking this off. Okay, kind of a pattern, not the best spray bottle, so let's dry it and capture that before it moves around too much. And we'll try it again, see if we can get the spray to work a bit better. Okay, that's working better now. But the colour is nice, the shimmer. So we'll try again now that the spray is working better. Still going to add nice interest to our background, so that's fine. So we'll try over here while that dries. Oh no, it's being a pain again. Okay, what I'll do is put a bit more water in, see if I can help it spray a bit better. Right, let's try now. No, it just doesn't want to play this bottle. Okay, fine. What I will do, I will improvise. I'll use a paintbrush and I will hold this down. The joys of live filming, hey? This is what happens, you know, these are the things that you experience. So you want to, I like to see things not go perfect when people are demoing. Is that just me? To see how people then fix it. And it's still going to look nice, so there's no need to panic. Okay, that worked. Yep, that worked fine. There we go. It's just subtle, we're just adding a bit more in the background. And you can see more of the rings on that one. You need to dab a bit off there, it got a bit wet. We've got a nice shimmer going on the page now. Let's try more in this whiter area, see if we can get that showing up nicely. Okay. So, not perfect, not exactly the look I was trying to achieve there, but the spray didn't want to play ball, but we still got that nice shimmer, which is what I was trying to achieve, so that's fine, I'm still happy with that. It's turned out nicely over here. Oh dear, right, so just dab a bit off. Okay, that's got a nice shimmer now, can you see? See that nice little shimmer? Okay, what we'll do next, as that didn't work as well as I hoped, I will take some 3D gel, So this is the, hello Leslie, this is the Fabrica one, which I keep meaning to show you. So we will show you today. And I'll mix a bit of mica into this instead. And I'll use a different stencil. Okay, so I'm just going to take, oh, that really scared me, my door just opened. Thought someone was coming in. I'll take a little bit of plastic packaging. Let me just cut a bit off. So I've put a bit of plastic on their mat there. And we'll get a bit of the mica again. And we'll mix that in. So we're creating our own gel here effectively. This is our own custom gel. Okay, and could try it. Should we try it with this? Should we be brave? Let's go for it. Maybe more the little circles. Because it's a mask, we're only leaving the center behind. So these smaller ones will give us a bit more interest there. Okay, that looks nice. And this will dry clear and glossy, but with that shimmer of that mica. That's a nice colour actually. So yeah, sometimes things don't go quite to plan. That's okay, just try something else. That's fine. Things don't always work. That's what mixed media is about. Didn't quite work how I wanted? Never mind, I'll try something else. And you know, we're going to have lots of layers in our work with mixed media. Well, not necessarily. You might still be quite a, you know, someone who likes minimal. But I'm not. I have quite a lot of layers in my work. So if I don't like something, I can always cover it up, can't I? Okay. Let's clean up. So that's turned out nice. Oops. Get a baby wipe and just wipe that off. I just knocked something off my desk. I don't know what that was. And it is nice and sticky. I can report the 3D gel, which is good. That's what we want it for. And we'll be using it to stick down some embellishments later as well. So we'll get a good idea of its strength. So that's what I mainly use 3D gel for. Rid of that. Right, let's give that a dry. So that's turned out nicely. And we'll also see how quick it dries. Because Prima gel, hello Sarah, Prima gel is brilliant. Their 3D gel, it's my favourite product of all the mediums. However, it does take time to dry. So for a project like this, I don't usually use it for stenciling because then you have to wait for it to dry properly because you're going to smudge it. For sticking on embellishments, it's fine because it's underneath. You don't need to wait to be able to put other stuff on. And as long as you're careful, you know, it has a good grip straight away. You're not going to knock it off. But yes, I wouldn't use it for something like this. So let's see how this one turns out. Hopefully it doesn't take as long, or else I'm going to be a bit stuck, aren't I? Okay, and I was going to next use my favourite stenciling medium at the moment, the marble particle texture paste from Fabrica. just love it. It creates such a nice grainy texture, and yeah, I really like it. The white in this is on the paper is an off-white, so I think we'll slightly tint it with a little bit of the paint. So the paints I'm going to use later are from one of the kits. Thanks Sarah, they're lovely, aren't they? It's AB Studio's Take Me There range. So whoops, these are from one of the kits, Dazzle in the Darkness. So we're going to use those, so I might tint my paste slightly with that. And it's dry, so we'll find out its strength later, but it does dry very quick compared with Prima. It's a little bit gooey here where it's a bit thicker, so that's one thing to consider. Do you want to use it like this, then the Fabrica may be better for you. So we're using this range, Sarah. This is Take Me There by AB Studios. Okay, let's quickly do this stenciling, then we can get on and build up the background here. So put that back there. Let's move out the way the bits we don't need now. We may need that later. Go right, so here is the marble paste. Look at that, yum yum yum. And you can you hear? Really nice. So here's another stencil. This, whoops, this is in a kit as well. This is in Dazzle in the Darkness as well, I think. Oh, I was going to tint the paste, wasn't I? Forgetful. I'm just having one of those weeks, you know. I just don't feel myself. Nothing wrong with me. I don't feel ill or sad or anything like that, but I just, like, my brain just isn't quite there this week. Do you know what I mean? Do you have days? And I'm having a week like this. So this is the Bounty paint. We do have these paints for sale separately. So these are Fabrica ones as well. I just get a little bit on my palette knife. I don't want very much. Just want to slightly tint that so it's off-white. And I will mix that into the paste. I'm just doing this at the side of my desk here. I will show you in a minute when it's mixed together. You can just hear that lovely crunchy sound. Okay, so here's what the paste looks like now. So not white now, it's got a greeny blue tint to it. If you're mixing metallics into a paste, it will, I haven't tried every single paint, so I'm not going to say every paint, but it usually will take that metallic away and you'll just be left with the colour. So just bear that in mind. So let's decide. So I'm just going to, you need to sort of lay this on thick, and then you just lift the whole stencil up and take it away and spread it again, if you see what I mean. So lay it on pretty thick so that it's going through the holes, and then we just lift this up and we'll reuse that paste somewhere else. Okay, so we're moving it around, adding a bit more, a bit like laying bricks. Moving it around, making sure it's going through those holes. That's why we need it on quite thick, because it's so gritty. Okay, and move it around, do something else. You can use different holes. So you can use any stencil you want, just don't use anything too intricate because this is very, very gritty. It's not going to go through tiny stencils. So patterns are good with this. And it dries pretty quick, so don't be frightened that, oh, you know, I've put this all on and now it's going to take forever. No, it dries very, very quick actually. I was very impressed. And I don't like even numbers, so I'll have to do a little bit somewhere else. Let's go up here. Oops. I like how that looks tinted, it's nice. Okay, there we go. So let's just move this a second so I can clean up. And my advisory is get this off your stencils as soon as possible. It is very strong stuff and it's very textured, so you do not want that left on there. So get those stencils in some hot water as soon as possible. If you're doing demos like me, at least get a baby wipe to it. So I would perhaps say don't use stencils that are extremely delicate. You know, some of the stencil brands they're a bit thinner or a bit flimsier. So yeah, perhaps don't use those. Okay, so let's give that a try. And I'm liking it now. We've brought in the greens and blues. We added green to this paste. We added the blue mica to the gel. So we've tied in nicely the colours of this paper. And we can start building up our layers now with the papers. And this range has lots of lovely cut parts. So you've got the clocks, you've got these words, we've got vintage ephemera, whoops, we've got doors, we've got tags. So they're great if you like to do projects with lots of layers. Yeah, AB Studio is becoming possibly my favourite brand, which I never thought I would find anything I loved more than Prima, but I'll always use Prima mediums, and like the new modelling material I just found from the Prima redesign range is fantastic, so I'll never leave Prima, absolutely not. And they do metallic papers, which no one else seems to do quite like, and the flowers of course, but just as a whole range I just really love AB Studio. Everything's made with quality, you know, you can tell this Aga who set up the company, she's a lady with experience with craft supplies. You can tell from the quality she's put into her own work and the detail, and I think it's something she should be very proud of. And she has a fantastic design team as well. Do check out their they have a group on Facebook for inspiration, and their Instagram is full of wonderful projects. So it's AB Studio. Okay, and that is almost dry already, considering we put that on pretty thick. Excuse me. If the page starts to curl, you can flip it over and dry it the other side. And when you're finished, just put it under something heavy and that should sort it out. Because you've got weight in that, in the marble paste, so it will want to curve a little bit. Okay, so looking good. So let's show you a bit closer. Okay, so nice colours. So let's start to build our composition. What shall we use? So I like to start with a couple of more simple papers and build up to the decorative ones. So I think I don't want to put the most decorative on the bottom, so I'm going to cover up a lot of that, and then I'll be annoyed that I sort of wasted it that way. So let's have a look. So we've got this sheet. This is called, we've got the one with the vintage ephemera, that's New Horizons. But then on the other side there's these like boxes. That's called Lifetime Journey. A bit of that might be quite nice, mightn't it? Maybe this nice big cog up here. So let's try a bit of that. And then my little tool to rough the edges. I like to do this. It's good if you're not good with a trimmer or scissors at cutting straight edges, you can sort of disguise it. Also, it just adds a bit more interest, makes those edges stand up so you get a bit more dimension. So I quite like to do this a lot now. It's become my new thing. Hello, Diane. Are you there on Saturday, Diane? Did you say? I can't remember. I'm going to an art class on Saturday using the AALL stamps. That should be really fun. With Tracy Evans, who seems a lovely lady. I've never met her before, but I've watched a few of her videos and I just quite like her attitude to craft industry and the way she crafts as well. I think she seems like a very cool lady. Okay, so we're gonna have that next. So we want something else a bit more plain. Maybe we could go back to the other side. How about this? He's scary, isn't he? I looked at him on the paper. I don't like him. His eyes are really scary. What about this nice ticket? That might be quite good. But I don't like the colour of it, so I might tint it a little bit with the paint again. With that now, before I rough it up, see, it's a bit too pale for this for me, so I'm going to take that same paint, go with the green. No, I'll go with the bluier one this time. So this is turquoise. Well, it's a bluey green. That's green. This is blue green. Ooh, let's see if I can get into my pot. There we go. So a bit paler. And I just want a tiny bit of watered down. So I've just given that a wash. Very watery wash with that paint, and we'll just quickly dry that. Those paints dry pretty quick as well. Are you going to class Saturday, Diane? I can't remember if you said you were or not. A bit more. Put quite a lot of water on there. That'll do. Okay, so we've got that somewhere. Right, we'll start to bring in some more decorative elements now, I think. So we've got tag sheet. Okay, and on the back is this. They always have these kind of dotted walls or like rusty things, they're cool, but we'll use the tag sheet. And we've got these clocks which are awesome. And the other side, really nice, like kind of old walls, and there's some doors as well. So lots of things you could play with. Let's maybe try a door first. We want one that matches the colours, so maybe this one. I'm not sure about the doors. We'll try it though. Not sure if this goes or not. Yes, that does go. Okay, so we'll have that. We want a clock. Now I really like this clock here, so let's cut that one out. I'm not as good at cutting circles out. My fussy cutting skills are getting better thanks to these new brands which just cry for fussy cutting. But yeah, circles I still struggle with a little bit. So just concentrating. You'll see my tongue bobbing out if you were here. Okay, not too bad, so we'll have that. And let's see how that all looks, and then we shall see what else we want to add. We will need some wording. I have to be careful with this one because it's still a little bit damp. Yeah, it's quite damp. Did get a bit carried away with the water there. I've got to be careful not to rip the whole thing. I'll be just a bit gentle with this one. So it's just a little tool. If there's interest in these, I could look at getting some in. Just got little blades in that rough the edges up basically. You can use scissors as well, but just don't use your best scissors. You can use like fabric shears or anything. Although I do use a pair of fabric scissors, but I have two pairs, that's why. Because I like the scissors basically. They're like purple shiny ones. And there. So we've built our background, we're just building our composition now. So this is kind of the way I like to do it. And then what I will do is stick, but not right to the edge, so that I can then tuck in all the embellishments I want to add. So let's start deciding how we want this to look. We want the clock more out to the edge, it's more decorative, we don't want to lose all that. We need a bit more, I think, still. So tag sheet. This is quite big. This is very big paper, so we need something else quite big. Let's go for this tag here. So what are we all up to today, ladies? Any nice plans? Or have you got children off school, you're trying to keep amused? Or maybe you're at work. Wednesday is my day off. I love having my Wednesdays off. I can do this demo for you. I can pack any orders. It's really handy having a Wednesday off. Nice in the middle of the week. Breaks it up. And where have I hidden my little doofer tool? Where's it gone? Up there. Hello, Kasha. Kasha. What time are we? 11:46. Okay. Don't want to go on. I don't like to go too much past an hour if I can help it, so I don't bore you all. Okay, tag. Oh, I would like that bit because that says find the good, so we want that bit to show. Okay, that's looking good. Right, let's start sticking this down. So I will use the 3D gel as I've got it out already. No point getting something else out. And I'm just going to remember what I said. I'm not going to stick right to the edge so that I can go and tuck in. And 3D gel is a good thing to use as an adhesive when you've got an uneven surface. So especially this paste is very gritty. Something like a tape or an ordinary glue is probably not gonna hold that on there for you. And the glue, oh, it seems very strong actually. Yeah, it's very strong. That's good. Let's see how it sticks to that paste. Yeah, good, strong, excellent. So again, not right to the edge. That one's gonna go a bit crinkly because it was so wet. Yeah, it's very strong. That tag's not lifted at all. Great. So yeah, I can report that it's good. We'll double check it on our embellishments after. But so far so good. Okay, so what we're going to have as our kind of centerpiece, I've got lots of modeling material embellishments to add, but we need a picture or something. Now I was thinking the Stampero range I used the other day actually goes very nicely with this, so maybe we could use one of these. I quite like that. If at first an idea isn't absurd, there's no hope for it. We've got the time machine. This is all about vintage as well, so it goes well. There's nothing like a dream to create the future. Or do we just stick with AB? Let's decide. No, I do like that. I think I might have one of those cards. They look really good. I'd like something big as well, so that size works nice. Which one do you think? Shall we have this man up here, or the train, or shall we have time machine? Because we used this lady before, we don't want to use her again. What do you think, Kasha? I quite like the quote in this one, but that's more brown. Maybe these two go best. So the train or time machine. What do you reckon? I quite like the train. Should we use the train? Let's have, I think the train. Let's go for the train. Right. Just cut through 2 pieces of paper by being silly. And then we're gonna add our embellishments to finish. Whoops, oh no, I just threw that in a pot of water. Just don't know what's wrong with me this week. Nightmare, dangerous. Time machine, that's true. Shall we have a look how Time Machine looks as well, as you suggested it, because that is a good point. It does go with the clock. My eyes are a bit funny as well this week, so I had to send my new glasses back. They weren't quite right. So my poor eyes are going all over the place. I don't know what's going on. And the test was just horrendous. My eyes were like, what's going on? Oh, I just cut something I wasn't meant to though. I'll have to cover that bit up. Look. Yeah, I was getting so dizzy and headaches. It was awful. So yeah, I'm hoping I get them back soon and I can get used to them again. Well, that just looks weird now. I'll have to cut this off this side as well. I cut off the border on one side. It looks a bit strange now. Okay, that'll do. We'll make it work. And if you really want to make like the top pop or any of your cutouts pop, just do this and edge them in ink as well. You'll see it on Grace's projects. If you watch our design team member Grace, she always sort of does this and then edges with ink, and it does really make things jump out. So I think we'll do that with this one, as this is the top layer. There's our ink pad. So you just rub that, or you can get one of the tools, the blending tools. I just do it straight on with the pad. Kasha, you do this as well sometimes, don't you? It does look good, just makes it jump out a little bit more. Yeah, that looks nice, I think. And then I think we just need something else there. So you can see all these bits we can tuck into here. This I'm not going to tuck in there, so I'm going to stick that bit down. And we need one thing here, I think. Although I've got stuff I can... I just feel it's missing a little something. So let's have another tag just pop out there, I think. Let's go for this one. Thank you for your suggestion, Sarah. You were completely right. That looks much better than the train. And then we need to find our phrase. Now I just saw this on here that says, oh, I thought it said build. Oh, I was reading wrong. Fulfill yourself, face the world. Oh, it said build the world, and I thought, oh, that sounds quite good. There's lots of machinery and stuff. We'll have a look at that big word sheet in a second. Let's get this out. We'll quickly lift that up. There, that looks better. Under there and a bit under there. Whoops, too much. Okay. Now I won't put a bit more there. Okay. Go a little bit further down there. Right, lovely. So now we need to add our title and then we can start embellishing. So where's that big sheet of words? I think we need black perhaps to pop out from all that. So what have we got? Face the world. What have we got? Or we just need something big. We might have a longer set of words here, I think. This is quite good for what's in our picture. The secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. That works well with all this mechanical things going on. Or this one, follow your dreams and the universe will open doors for you where there were only walls. Which do you reckon? So the secret of change or follow your dreams? Or we've got forget all the reasons why it will not work and believe that one reason why it will. So forget all the reasons, follow your dreams, or the secret of change. Reckon. Quite like the one with walls and it's big. Follow your dreams and the universe will open doors for you where there were only walls. And it's nice and big. I think we'll go for that one. It's big. Now, do we want it as it is or chopped up? Sorry, I keep whacking the camera. No, I think we want it chopped up, don't we? And then paper. Sorry, it looks like this may be a bit of a longer video, so please feel free to go away and come back and watch another time. Sorry Sarah, I think I'm going to go with this one, just mainly because it's a bit bigger. I think it needs something big because the paper cluster has turned out to be quite big. But yes, I like that one. There's bits of paper flying everywhere now. Let's try and get them all. We're done here. I have a bit of tidying up to do after this layout. Okay. Follow your dreams. Now, where do we put it? Over here. And the universe will open doors where there were only walls. Do you want it like all over like that, or maybe coming down the side? I think on the side looks better, doesn't it? Let's go for that. I'm going to use the same glue because I've already got it out and we know it will stick that way. Oops, I'm making a mess. And then we're just going to stick our embellishments on and we will be done. Hope you are enjoying it so far. I know it's been a bit long. Thank you for sticking with me. Oh, I'm glad, Sarah. Yeah, the collections are amazing and each different each time, but with their same kind of quality. Like they usually have one side which is more picture and the other side which is a bit more minimal, if you like, but kind of grungy. And that glue is strong. Right, what I've got here, let's make a bit of space. Here's a box full of those little moulded pieces. Get rid of the paper. So we shall pick out some of those to use. Now I thought, because it's mechanical, so we've got mechanical-y sort of things. I'll just pull out a load and we'll decide what we like. I thought this would go really well with this time machine kind of thing. Oops. Okay. Now I need to get the jaggedy edges out the middle on some of them. Just use a paintbrush. Right, so we can start slotting these about. That one up there, the smaller one here. That needs raising a little bit, doesn't it, to go there? That's a shame. I should have raised it a bit more up off the page. Right. So these are from Prima molds. I've got more on order because they were so popular, this new release. They've just sold out a lot of places. I think there's very few retailers who have these at the minute. We're all anxiously waiting back orders. So this was the Mechanica, and there's a wings and cogs mold. Oh, that's too big, I think. There. And what I've used to make these is the new modelling material, which I've also got on order for you. It's really good stuff. I did some demos comparing the resin to the modelling material. And I've actually decided for now, although I'm more than happy to order the resin if everyone wants me to, I decided to go for the modelling material after sitting down and having a good think about them. That's what I decided to go for. So we don't want too many of these. We're gonna, you know, overwhelm what we've already done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need at least another one though. Something here might be quite nice. Yeah, okay, and we'll tidy that up, especially as that's going to sit on the top. I'm just literally like sticking my paintbrush in here and then rubbing it. It's just the little flaky bits where it didn't go in the mold crisp from my bad workmanship. Okay, let's stick those down. We're going to use that gel again. Whoops, the lid is not on. And we'll give the final verdict on this gel. See how strong it is. Yeah, that is good. It does dry quicker than the Prima. So where you're maybe used to Prima having a bit more time to wiggle things around, there's a bit less wiggle time on this gel, but it's very strong. It's really strong. Quite impressed with it. So yeah, there you go. I can recommend this gel. So this is the Fabrica 3D gel we have in the shop, so you can find it under the Fabrica brand, or you can go into mixed media section on the website. Our website, if you're not familiar with it, is thompsonscraftsupplies.com. We've got lots of new cool brands. I'm really happy with how, whoops, I didn't stick that one down. I'm really happy with how the shop is looking now, the brands that we're offering, the kind of products. I'm hoping that you like it too. I've said before, if you know any brands out there that you just can't find without having to pay international shipping and customs charges and whatever, and it's something really different and interesting, I'm always willing to consider a new brand. So let me know and I will look into it. If it's something I can do and I think will sell, we're more than happy to stock that for you. Now, I was going to fully paint these with gesso and then paint them. However, I quite like that white contrasting, so I think I'm just going to use little watered down hints of the paint. So these were the two paints I showed you before. Okay, Turquoise and Bounty from Fabrica. We've got some new bolder colours coming in these paints, so that's exciting. I'll get a new paintbrush and I'm going to, I'll use this lid, put a little bit of each on there. Just a tiny bit. Then I'm going to get my water sprayer. And water those down. Oops. Because I really just want to add a hint. I don't want to lose that nice contrast we've got there. So I'll just mix that up a bit. So just a little hint of colour. I'm not sure how this is going to stick though, being this modelling material. I maybe should have primed it, so we'll find out. I've got a nasty pink something there, so we'll go a bit stronger there to cover that up. We'll see. I don't know, because it feels kind of plasticky, this modelling material, so we'll see how this works, just painting it without priming it. So I'm not looking for full coverage here. I don't want to lose that nice white. Just hints. There we go. I think that's enough, to be honest. And then we can finish by using this watery paint. We can do some spots with it. What have I got on there? Some paint on there. Couldn't read what it said. Sorry if you can hear a weird noise. They're like sawing something next door by the sounds of it. Ooh, not on there. We don't want it on there. That's okay. Right, that's it, I think. We're done. It's clung enough, so hopefully it won't draw off. No, it seems fine. Right, do you think it's done? Hello, Lorna. I think it's done, yeah, I do. Do you think it needs anything else? I don't know. Does it need something here? Like just an embellishment or something. I feel like it's a bit... Does it need a face? Like a person? I'm not sure. Just feel like it just needs something lifted from the middle. Let's just go for one last clock. Sorry, I thought it was finished and then I looked at it and thought, no. Where did I just see that? We'll have this clock with the lady on. She can be the one that's building the future. And we'll really raise her up so she stands out from the piece. This lady here, and then we'll be done, I promise. And then I have to get on packing orders and need to do another class. Yeah, she's just gonna sit up a bit, I think. Where's the thingy gone? It just felt a bit flat in the middle. I think I should have popped a bit of cardboard behind some of those or something. We'll see what we think. We may decide. No. She's gonna have to go over this side or in the clock. Right, let's pop a little bit of cardboard behind her. Let me get the cardboard. Cardboard is great for using dimension. Let's go 2 bits. So our 3D gel again. It's gonna go over here, I think. But we need to not cover the writing. There. So stick, put a gel on the back of the cardboard, gel in the middle, and on goes our lady. And now it's done. I feel happier now. Just felt a bit flat there. Cool, now it's done. Excellent. Right, thank you for joining me, everyone. Hope you like it. Do check out our abstudio papers and all our other new fantastic brands. So we added Piatek Chistanego. Probably said that awful yesterday. We've got Minte papers. We have got the one that always goes out of my head. Let me check. It is Scrapmere is another lovely one. We showed you the other day some of the Stampera range. We've got lots of new cool brands, so check them out, and all our other stuff. So we've got lots of lovely paints and mediums in, and lots of stuff, ink sprays and stencils and stamps and all sorts. So let me know. I'm working on those flower bundles. It's going to take time to get the flowers in because I have to get them shipped from all over, but I am working on that. I will start work next month on the metal bundles you like the sound of, and we have another cool kit on its way to me, ready for next month. Don't forget to check out this month's kit, which is cocoa, got a lot of cocoa vanilla in it, so make sure you check that out. It's called Hello Spring. If you like bright colours, that's going to be for you, so make sure to check that out as well. We will have projects coming from our design team using that. What day are we on? So we will have some more on Friday for you from Grace. Hello Amelia. So yes, hope you like it, and do check out all our stuff. Any questions as usual, pop them below or message me, and do join our group as well. Thompson's Craft Supply is the same. Thank you, Amelia. For more just general chit chat as well as all the projects you see elsewhere. And we're also on Instagram, and we have our Pinterest as well, which our lovely Sam works really hard to keep that updated for us. So yes, please check us out everywhere, let us know your thoughts, and I'll see you again. Bye.